It's not my luck tonight, is it? You know. But we should be okay. Have we got? Are we good to go? Yay, we're back. Finally. Share this round. Right, we should be good to go this time. Should to be good. So hopefully we are good to go. Let's have a look. Is the stream working? Yes, it is. So yes, guys, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. It's so annoying when it happens, but you know it can't be helped. But yes, we are here for round number 4 of the Porsche Carrera Championship, and it is going to be very interesting. It is the penultimate round of the championship. We are right next to the East Midlands Airport here at Donington Park, and I'll tell you what, it's an absolute scorcher out on track tonight. It is going to be very interesting to see what round number 4 of the championship brings. And yes, evening Kakatakos, how's it going, mate? Just to put that out there. But it is going to be very amazing. We do have a very depleted grid tonight. It is looking likely because there's going to be 8 or 9 races tonight. It is a bit just give me 1 sec while I sort something out. Give me 1 second. So let's see exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, so yeah, as I say, there's 8 or 9 races tonight here at Donington for the penultimate round of the championship. And yes, it is the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. How are we doing? How is everyone on this wonderful Thursday? As I say, it's wonderful. There's obviously been a storm in England. There's also another one on its way. So, you know, just bear with if there's any slight technical difficulties. And yes, it is going to be very interesting to see exactly so yeah, so if there's any technical difficulties, do be aware that England are suffering storms if you're not familiar with if you are abroad. But yes, this is going to be an announcement that I'd like to make. Personally, I am stepping down from commentary duties within Thursday Night Racing League as of the 10th of March. I don't know what my work commitments are going to be like after the 10th of March. It is very difficult to plan ahead for commentary, and I've decided, due to that fact, is I'm not going to be commentating on a Thursday night anymore for now, but I may be back if time allows. It's going to be very difficult to see exactly what's going to happen, but we do have some close racing tonight here at Donington Park. As well, as I say, you know, there's only 8 cars, maybe 9 cars. I know some guys can't make it due to other commitments, which is fair enough. You know, we understand that. It's just going to be very interesting. I'll quickly go through exactly the top 3 in the championship, because it is opening up, and I think this could be I'm not too sure whether it's the penultimate round or the last round of the championship, depending on the update, because there is a massive update for Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is coming out very soon. And I think they're trying to literally see what's going to happen. But you do have, believe it or not, Luke Barnard, aka the Press Squid, the admin of this wonderful league. I'd just like to say thank you for giving me the greatest opportunity, for allowing me to commentate. I will miss you guys on a Thursday. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna miss you guys as well. You know, unfortunately with work, it's gonna be hard to plan. You know, it's not the easiest thing to not be you know, try and be available. But if I work in the evening, it's very difficult, because I finish at 8 o'clock, and it's like I can't really get home in time and stuff like that. I'm sure you'll have me back, mate. I'm sure I'll be back at some point. You know, who knows what will happen in the future. You know, it's been great to be part of. But going into the points, then you have Luke then on top of the tree, though. He's had 3 podiums. He's had no wins though. He's been there on 86, and you've got 1 point in it between Kaiser. Kaiser is looking to put a dent in Luke's title challenge. We'll put Kaiser on screen for a moment. It is 85. Then you've got Dutch Life, aka Sven. He is on 73. Then you've obviously got Comma, Euphoric State, Ventura. Then you've got Lee Fitzy, Brian Ross, Dan Stevens, Skyfu, Carlos, Kakatakos, Axel, Dario Malovan, Robbie Rocket, and of course Yuri, and then obviously Sky Adrian, who is unfortunately not here tonight. But yeah, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. We've got 2 minutes left of free practice, but while the guys are going out on their for qualifying, I will give you guys a detailed run of Donington Park. But yes, it is great to see exactly what's going to happen, and it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I'm personally going to be look forward to seeing what's going to happen tonight. It is going to be very weird though, because it, you know, like I say, it may be the last one of the season, it may not be, but you know, obviously it's going to be the last one for me doing commentary for the Porsches for now. But you know, it is going to be massive. I can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen. But personally, you know, there's been no issues. The guys have welcomed me. It's been great over the time. But yeah, it's going to be very much a challenge. But you know, looking at exactly what's happening at the moment, obviously, like I say, there's only 8 races tonight, maybe 9 for race number 2. But you know, seems to be a lot of interest, because obviously, you know, looking at the likes of Kaiser and of course Euphoric State, Luke's up into second at the moment in free practice. So you know, there's a lot of interest going on within very easily pinned out for tonight. As I say, you know, with the depleted grid, it's very difficult at the moment. But you know, it's going to be very amazing to see what is technically going to happen. Obviously, if you're new to the Porsches, we do have obviously 2 qualifying sessions as well as 2 30-minute races. It is technically going to be quite interesting to see exactly what's going to happen, because you know, it is a lot of things going on with the likes of obviously Dan Stevens. You know, you've got Luke, you've got Comma, you've got Euphoric, Sven, Ventura and Brian Ross. You know, it's going to be very amazing to see exactly what's going to happen. So we've got ready for the 15 minutes of qualifying then. So I think Sven's going to be the first one out. So we'll go on board with him. Towards Red Gate then. So this is where the oh, he's lost it already, going out of Red Gate. maybe not a right idea to ride shotgun with the championship protagonist. I think we'll go with Luke then, so just to put the commentator's curse on Sven there, which I didn't mean to do, by the way. But Luke's going through Red Gate then. Up towards then, we go into Hollywood. Then obviously down the Crane of Curves, sweeping down the Crane of Curves. And then obviously breaking into the old hairpin. Don't idea what's called the old hairpin. Maybe back in the day it was a hairpin. But then under Starkey, what used to be Starkey's Bridge, through Swans Curve, up towards McLean's. This could be very interesting to see how well he goes into third gear, into McLean's. Trying to clip that as reserve there slightly. And then up towards Coppice. And then obviously, you know, the long sweeping right through Coppice. And then obviously down the Dunlop Straight. It used to be known as the Dunlop Straight because they used to have a Dunlop Bridge going straight across the track, but then into, of course, the S's, the Foggy's S's. This could be very overtaking. Luke said to me before, the chicane is very difficult to get right here, and then obviously into the Melbourne hairpin or the Melbourne loop, depending on the variation how you know the circuit. And then obviously firing his way out of the Melbourne hairpin up in towards Goddard's for the completion of the lap. I know he's on an out lap at the moment, but you know, Donington Park is one of my favourite circuits, and one I know quite well as well. You may have noticed at Snetterton last week for the all-inclusive GT4 race we had there last week. You've got the likes of Brian Ross from Euphoric State. I think they're just sitting pit lane for the time being, just so they can get a rough idea what's going on. But you know, here at Donington it's going to be very close. Looking forward to seeing exactly what's going to happen. But you know, the 15 minutes of qualifying, there is two 15-minute sessions as well as two 30-minute races, as Luke gets crossed up out towards, he hits the barrier on the outside towards Swans Curve there, so he's going to have to go back into pit lane and repair that car. The Porsches have been slightly loosey-goosey, to be put it politely, but you know, there is a lot of interest to see exactly what's going to happen. So at the moment then, Dutch Life will be on his flyer. It's just going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen with these races tonight. As I say, depleted grid tonight, which is a bit unfortunate for these guys. It has been obviously people working and, you know, obviously moving house and whatnot. We understand real life comes into effect, so you know, it's not going to be a major issue, but you know, hopefully tonight it is going to be closer than we think. But looking exactly what's going to happen there, then we've got the likes of Dutch Life just crossing the line now. He is on another I think he was on an outlap there, but Kaiser goes a 131.6 at the moment, followed by Comma. What's Comma going to do? Comma goes a 131.9. So it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. You've got, I think Luke's still out on a outlap there, so it's going to be very interesting to see what he's going to do, to see how close he's going to get. That number 11, obviously he's trying to win the championship. He is trying to see what's going to happen. Dan Stevens is up into third then. We'll see what Dan Stevens' time is like. 2.5 seconds down on the rest. He's like a 134.152 at the moment. So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. I think he's on a massive charge tonight. You know, these guys have really impressed me. No matter who's raced, you know, the racing's been very impressive. I literally jumped onto circuit before the stream, and it looks like we do have 9 now, because I think, just looking who's entered there, just to when it loads up, but it will be 9 drivers. Yes, it will be Axel. He's made it just in time for qualifying for race number 1, so that is going to be very close to see exactly what he's going to do. So we'll see what Luke's going to do. Is Luke going to get onto pole position? He's been working hard on that setup, I must admit, but yeah, I took a couple of laps around here just to get used to seeing what was going on, to see how well the Porsche handled it. It is a bit scary. It is a bit tail happy at the rear. in through some of the corners, especially at the Melbourne hairpin, as well as the final hairpin at Goddard's to complete the lap. But nevertheless, it is all thereabouts. You got obviously Dutch Life up into, well, he was third, he's now fourth because Euphoric has beat him as Axel comes out of pit lane. So it's going to be very close to see what happens in the first of 2 15-minute qualifying sessions tonight. So we do have the 9 drivers now, so that's going to be very close. It's going to be very hard to try and pick where the action is going to be, because it's very hard to overtake around here, because things may go slightly curiosity not wrong, but certainly certain bits and pieces thereabouts. But you know, we've got obviously Luke's trying to push on, he's just going through the tail end of the lap now. Same with Brian Ross, who's about to cross the line. I think he was actually on a outlap. His car's looking a bit battle scarred at the moment, is Brian Ross, but we'll see what the guy in the Lancastrian can do. Luke's now 0.990 of a second behind Kaiser, so championship leader then. It's probably putting a lot of pressure on to him to try and get the championship lead, or to retain that. You know, he's thereabouts, but it's going to be very interesting. So you got Kaiser, followed by Luke, followed by Comet, followed by Euphoric, Dutch Life, Ventura and Super Ted, aka Dan Stevens, are your top 7 at the moment. Seems like Brian Ross and of course Axel are yet to set laps, but we've got 8 minutes left of qualifying them for race number 1. It is going to be very close. If you are watching the stream, guys, please give us a massive like. You know, please do give us some likes. Please do subscribe if you haven't. It will help these guys out. I know for a fact, I know I said I won't be commentating on a Thursday anymore, but for now, but please do subscribe, because you never know, I may be back at some point. You know, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think, you know, with this tight circuit here at Donington, it seems to be very close to see exactly of what's going to happen. But you know, it's going to be close to see what's going to happen, because the likes of Kaiser and of course Euphoric now goes up into second place. Then let's put that 117 Porsche, the black and grey and red machine. He's thereabouts. He's tried to literally push on, so he's there in, of course, second place with just under 7 minutes remaining of qualifying. So you know, it's all or nothing tonight. It is going to be very close. You know, like I say, 9 drivers tonight. It could be equally spread out. Not too sure how well, you know, certain bits and pieces are going to go, but it may be thereabouts just to push on. But Kaiser goes into pit lane then. I think Euphoric's going to push on. Still thereabouts. He's still second at the moment, with the likes of Luke third at the moment on the grid. So you know, Luke's got a massive charge to try and get that. It's not overly 100% a lot of cars tonight to try and get where he needs to be, but to push on for the championship and to extend the lead, because it's only 1 point in it at the moment, he needs to push on. But you know, that's the nature. He's got 6 minutes to go till the checkered flag drops for qualifying, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But you know, I do feel like, you know, if I was on the grid, I'd be a bag nurse, because I've never really raced this Porsche before. But when I was taking it out for a spin before I came on stream, it felt really, like I say, it felt tail happy. But Luke goes second then, 0.213 of a second behind Kaiser, so he's trying to literally push back up to get there into, of course, first place to get that pole position. So that's not Euphoric down to, of course, down to third, Comet up into fourth then. So that's going to be very interesting to see what the 53 machine can do. But it's going to be thereabouts. But you know, who knows exactly what's going to happen. But it's going to be very close to see how much it's going to be. But we've got just under 5 minutes left of the first qualifying session of the evening then. The likes of Dutch Life trying to push on. He's 5th at the moment. To see how well he's gonna go. He was 5th actually, but Ventua's actually beat him in the WPI British GT liveried Porsche Cup car. You know, it seems to be thereabouts, but is it going to be close as you like? We'll see exactly what's going to happen. But seeing what's going to happen. But Luke goes top of the tree then. Didn't see his lap to get pole position, but he's gone a 130.039. So, you know, that's exactly what he wants. He's got Brian Ross ahead of him. No, that's going to be a bit of a traffic issue now. This is exactly what he can't afford to do. He's backed off there. I think he's abandoned that lap, saying, well, Brian was in the way there, but nevertheless. But Kaiser's coming through Coppice now, back down the back straight. It's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. 3.5 minutes nearly of this very important, crucial qualifying here at Donington Park for the penultimate round, or I'm not too sure whether it's going to be the final round due to the update that's coming, but it could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So you got Kaiser second at the moment, drifting it slightly out of the Melbourne loop, trying to get thereabouts, but let's see what happens. Euphoric is also in pit lane at the moment. But 3 minutes then left of the qualifying session. Luke goes out for another run, so you know, it could be very interesting. The top two in the championship trying to go nose to tail in qualifying at the moment, but Comet is 4th then. He's gone off. He went off. I'm trying to see where he went off, but he's gone back into pit lane. But Dutch Life getting very tail happy out of Melbourne loop. That's exactly what I mean. It can spin you round with great scariness, I must admit. But 2.5 minutes then of the first race qualifying. If you just joined, welcome in for a very interesting night of Porsche racing. I can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen. You've got Ventura 6th at the moment, Axel 7th on his second event of the Porsches. I think he made his debut at trying to remember where we were. Just bear with 1 second. I think Axel made his debut at Monza, if I remember rightly, in the Porsches, but he's been here on the Thursday Night Racing League since, I believe it was Suzuka for GT4. So he's done a couple of events now. So he's 7th fastest at the moment, with Dan Stevens 8th, Brian Ross 9th at the moment. So, but Dan Stevens has pipped him to now 7th place, so Axel drops down to, of course, 8th place at the moment. Brian Ross still in pit lane. I think it's going to be very close, because I think Ventura had gone into pit lane as well, but very slowly. But 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in qualifying for the all-important first race here at Donington Park. Luke is currently still on provisional pole position. Hopefully nothing hampers him to go that way, but you know, looking at exactly how close that the number 11 car is, it's only 0.141 of a second between him and Kaiser. They're both in the same sort of sector. There's a car gone off, but I think it's gone into pit lane, so hopefully that doesn't hamper him. But they've got 48 seconds to go. This could be it, but I think, you know, Luke's gone off. He crashed at the exit of McLean's there, so that's going to be pushing him. He will be thinking, oh mate, I've made a mistake. You know, I think the crew are going to be happy unless Kaiser gets provisional pole position. Well, gets pole position this time around. 30 seconds remaining, and in towards the S's, the Fogarty's S's. It could be very close to see exactly how close it's going to get tonight, because yeah, like I say, only 9 cars on the grid, but it's going to be close as you like. I think the guys are going to be hopefully equally thereabouts, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But you know, 5 seconds remaining, then this will be the last chance for Kaiser to try and get onto pole position. Goes through Gollards. Let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to be able to get pole position? No, he still stays second. That's a bit unfortunate for him, but he's got his title nemesis Luke alongside him at the moment. But He's going to try and push on for quite a bit. You've got Dutch Life then going through the S's there, trying to push on up towards the Melbourne Hairpin. He's currently 5th fastest at the moment, and so it's Luke from, of course, Kaiser, followed by Euphoric, followed by Comet, followed by Dutch Life at the moment. But Dutch Life is trying to push on. He's on a flyer, I think. He's actually trying to be thereabouts, but I think Kaiser's decided to go into pit lane now just so he can get out there and try and see what happens. But Dutch Life, I think he was going into pit lane anyway, or was he? No, he wasn't. He's lost it, and he's now smashed it against that that barrier, the vet cell barrier there. So you know he's going to be thereabouts. But Axel is there in 7th then. So it looks like it's Luke then, followed by Kaiser, followed by Euphoric, followed by Comet, Dutch Life, and then of course Ventura, followed by Axel, Dan Stevens, and of course Brian Ross. But yeah, it's gonna be a very hectic 30 minutes because the racing is going to be thereabouts. We shall see exactly what's going to happen, but you know, is it going to be a close battle for the race lead? Just looking exactly, you know, the lap times of qualifying, just to be putting it out there. The likes of Luke, you know, he's done a 130.039, and then obviously Kaiser with a 180. That is absolutely insane, you know, to see exactly the guys in the 130 bracket. Most of them now were in the 130s or the 131s. Dan Stevens was 132.070. Brian Ross was, however, 133.690. So yeah, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think we're just getting ready for the just looking it out there. Okay, mate, I do apologise. I thought it was I couldn't remember top of my head, mate. I do apologise. You know, I couldn't remember. But yeah, your first event was Monza, of course it was. Yes, it was, of course, Monza. That is correct. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. Don't worry about the number 10. That was me testing before, but I'm glad it's all good, mate. You know, it's a bit emotional for me because you know, but we shall see what happens. But looking at exactly what's going to happen then, I think we're just waiting for the server to kick in. Yes, we are. But you've got Luke, Fire, Kaiser then, and then of course don't worry about the cars being up in the air, it's just how it is. It's just with them being on the jacks, it looks like they're raised up. Then you got Euphoric, followed by Comma, followed by Comma's the only one at the moment trying to have that set up. Maybe he's just getting into the zone. Then you got Dutch Life, Ventura, Axel, aka Mark. I'm gonna have to start calling you Mark now, mate, because now I know it's your name. But then you've got Dan Stevens and of course Brian Ross at the tail of the field. As I say, there's only 9 cars on the grid tonight. It does look like, you know, the weather is currently very interesting. The marshals are just waving random flags at me. I don't know why, but it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. You can just see how close it is at this camera angle just before we go around the Melbourne hairpin for the you've been called much worse, mate. Don't worry about it. I've been called much worse as well. But it's going to be so close to see exactly what happens. But you should be fine, mate. You know, you are, where are you on the grid? 7th. So you should be okay. First lap's going to be amazing to see with these guys. It is going to be close. It is going to be quite interesting just looking at the helicam. We'll try and throw the helicam, or the drone cam as I like to call it, just because it's a fabulous camera view out there. But it is going to be close. We're just looking with around 1 minute and 13 seconds to go until they get the permission to start the engines. It is going to be very close though, because I think Luke's been working really hard to get pole position here. You know, if you seen previous races around here, I think we've only been here maybe once or twice, I can't remember. top of my head how many times we've been here, but you know, it's a very stellar circuit. I know Donington quite well because obviously visiting for British Touring Cars, so you know it is a very close circuit. You know, it's a shame that we really weren't racing around Alton Park, because I know Alton Park quite well, and it's a track I've visited numerous times. But Alton Park is definitely a track I've actually been round in a race car in real life as well, and my god, that was an experience. But you know, 20 seconds until the first 30-minute race of the evening starts. Then place your bets, guys. Don't put any silly amount of money on who's going to win, but you know, it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see how well tonight goes. It is going to be quite interesting. Like I say, 9 cars on the grid. It may be a bit more relaxed tonight, but Luke's going to lead them away then to go towards the green light as well as the green flag, because it is not a 100% rolling start. It is partially a rolling start, so everyone is good to go. You can just see the cars just coming out of I think trying to see who that was dropping to. I think not Kaiser. Axel's got a bit of issues going out of the final turn, but I think he's just getting enough brake temperature there, so he's dropped down to the tail of the field at the moment. But you can just see the red lights on that starting gantry just there to the left hand side. We are about to go racing for the penultimate round. Let's see what's going to happen. Is everyone going to get through to Redgate very cleanly, or are we going to have chaos into the first corner? Let's see what exactly is going to happen. Luke leads the way then from Kaiser, followed by Euphoric and Comet. There's going to be trying to go 3 cars wide, I think, between Ventura. No, there wasn't. I think it was Ventura and Dan Stevens. They were literally going nose to tail in towards Redgate, but you know, everyone seems to get through the first couple of corners very safely. But you know, it's getting very close indeed. You can see exactly how close it's going to go into the old hairpin. But you know, the likes of Brian Ross straight away, the marker posts absolutely go flying, which you've got to be careful, otherwise they'll take your eye out, literally. But you know, Luke's there leading the race, then trying to hold on to his advantage. It seems that all 9 cars though tonight so far are actually close together. But you know, the likes of Kaiser, Euphoric, Euphoric's gone off at Coppice. He's lucky to get away with that, because that's something you don't want to be doing. But Comet's gone. Comet and of course Dutch Life. I didn't see exactly what happened between obviously the likes of Comet and of course Dutch Life. They looked like they had a bit of contact into Coppice there. I think Ventura and of course Dan Stevens now make up an easy place for of course fourth and fifth, because that's allowed Euphoric to still go away. But Brian Ross making a move onto of course Dan Stevens, side by side straight away between these two. I think, you know, Axel or Mark's trying to get there, just trying to make it 3 cars wide in towards Goddard's for the first time. But you know, it seems to be thereabouts. Common and Dutch Life, they're at the tail of the field at the moment. They must have had an issue somehow, because you know, they're at the tail of the field. They've got a bit of a gap there. But Brian Ross and of course Axel breaks a bit late into Redgate, almost takes Brian Ross with him. But you know, it could be thereabouts. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. It's a bit spread out at the moment, but you know, some nice battles, some nice gaps as well. But it could be very close to see exactly what's happening. Luke still leading the race then from Euphoric first, well, not Euphoric, Kaiser and Euphoric, I beg your pardon, with Ventura and of course Dan Stevens, Brian Ross trying to push on the blue and yellow and black machine, the 62 Porsche. He's trying to get alongside Dan Stevens. Dan Stevens gets a bit crossed up out to McLean's, up towards Coppice. We go then for the second time. This could be very close. He's got Mark right behind him trying to catch up. You know, this could be very close to 3 cars nose to tail, with each other trying to push on. I think the likes of Comet and of course Dutch Life rather, beg your pardon, are trying to catch up to these guys in front, because it's going to be thereabouts. Tyre bundle is already into the middle of the circuit. That is the last thing you really want here at Donington, because that could be an easy distraction. But Dan Stevens is still ahead of Brian Ross, with the likes of Ventura being a bit slow. But I'll tell you what, it's getting a bit close for comfort going out the Melbourne loop, with the likes of Brian Ross and of course Dan Stevens into Goddard's for the second time. And this could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But you know, Mark's trying to push on. You can just hear that Porsche trying to slither its way out of the hairpin. It's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. You know, just looking at Brian Ross at the moment, trying to get up to Dan Stevens. What's happening for the race lead? Let's have a look. It's got a bit of a gap to 0.7 of a second between the likes of Luke and of course Kaiser, both nose to tail in the championship, both in the exactly championship order at the moment. But you know, I think the likes of Luke's trying to push away. Euphoric's still doing a stellar job in third place at the moment with Ventura right there, but I think Brian Ross has got past Dan Stevens. I think he managed to do it, but you know, he's going to be thereabouts. Dan Stevens gets a bit crossed up. This is exactly what I mean. The power of these Porsches will push the living daylights out of and scare you to pieces if you're not careful. But I think the likes of Commerce trying to catch up towards Mark and of course Dan at the moment. This could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, but this is only race number one. But you know, just under 26 minutes to go. Axel's trying to catch literally up to Dan Stevens, but is Luke trying to get up and close and well, excuse me, Kaiser trying to catch up to Luke. It seems to be thereabouts, but it could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen, because you know, with just coming up to 25 minutes to go in this race, seems to be thereabouts that Luke's trying to get away from the likes of Kaiser. Remember what happened at the Nürburgring between Luke and of course Wesley before Wesley decided to have a break. They were having battle for the race lead. Luke was almost certain of victory, but they came together. Hopefully that does not happen between the top two in the championship right now, because that is what you do not want up through Swan's Curve then for the third time. Then with Ventura trying to push on, it could be very close to see exactly how close it's going to get. I think Brian Ross is trying to be there about, so he goes a bit deep into the old hairpin. He's got to be very careful. He's got Dan Stevens right alongside him going through Swan's Curve. This could have Dan Stevens trying to get the move done into McLean's. Is he going to try and do it? Mark's trying to do exactly the same. There's a bit of contact between the pair of them. Oh no, that was not going to be... Oh, I don't know exactly what happened, but you know, the likes of Brian Ross and of course Mark there, they were trying to push on, but I think there was a bit of just thereabouts. But you know what's happening further back then, that's allowed Mark and Dan Stevens rather back into 5th place then, with the likes of Common now 6th, Dutch Life 7th. You can see the battle scars on that car. But what's happening for the race lead, it's come down to quite a bit of a gap now through the Goddard's hairpin. 24 minutes just under. It's going to be thereabouts. I think Kaiser's going to try and catch up. You can just see these two are going to have a battle now, because Euphoric's has a gap pulled onto him. But I think, you know, Ventura's up to 3rd. I don't know whether it was an issue between Euphoric and Ventura, but or has Ventura had a bit of an issue, because not Ventura, Euphoric. It looks like Brian Ross has retired for the first race, but that's not very brilliant at the moment. But you know, Euphoric State then down into course 7th place at the moment, with Axel now 8th now, so he's the last of the finishers at the moment if the race finishes like this. But I tell you what, Comet, Adam Postlethwaite, you know, young charger trying to push on, 23 minutes to go, then this could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. It is going to be around quite a bit of a battle, but I think the battle for the race lead, as we just see Kaiser get a bit loosey-goosey out of the Foggy Zessies there, just trying to push on, trying to put Luke under pressure. The mistake could be there. Not too sure exactly what's happened to Brian Ross, but I think he's retired the Porsche. I don't think it was too badly damaged, but I think there was a bit of a moment there where I think 3 cars into 1 was not going to go. Kind of gathered it wouldn't, but Luke and of course Kaiser 1st and 2nd, both 1st and 2nd, also in the championship. But you know, Ventura has the gap pulled on, and from him followed by Commerce up into 4th, with the likes of Dutch Life and of course Dan Stevens nose to tail going side by side out to the Goddard's hairpin. It's almost nose to tail between the pair of them towards Redgate. 22 minutes remaining in the opening race of the evening, and this could be very close between Dan Stevens and of course Dutch Life. Dan Stevens gets the move done into red gate, but Dutch Life tries to regain the control and fight that Porsche as best as he can, because he's going to be thereabouts. But you know, looking at exactly what's going to happen, Kaiser is still trying to put Luke under pressure as they go up towards Coppice, trying to see exactly how the action is going to unfold, both for 5th and 6th and 1st and 2nd. But 21.5 minutes to go. This is absolutely going to be tooth and nail between these guys. As I say, 8 runners now. It's a bit unfortunate. The guys are equally spread out. It's looking a bit, you know, as best as I can for tonight. But you know, Luke's trying to be there. He's trying to get away from Kaiser. Kaiser needs to push on. Ventura 3rd then. So this could be Ventura's easiest podium ever. I'm not too sure whether he's had the podium yet this season, but he's thereabouts. Comma 4th. Dan Stevens now 5th, still trying to push away from the likes of Dutch Life, trying to get their Euphoric in 7th, and we'll give Axel a bit of airtime because you know he is in 8th place at the moment. It seems to be quite a bit, but is the pressure on going into Redgate? Is the likes of Kaiser going to push on? We'll go on board with Kaiser, trying to see exactly what's going to happen. We're on board with the Italian trying to push up towards Luke. Luke's obviously thinking, oh, another marker post goes flying as well. What is he going to... Oh, Kaiser's getting a bit crossed up out of the old hairpin. Oh, he's dropped a bit of ground from Luke now. Is that exactly what's going to happen? Because the cars are getting so loose. I think the temperature, you know, the tyres should be up there just about, but that is going to be very careful. Luke is now going up towards Coppice, so that's exactly what's going to happen. I think the likes of Dan Stevens and of course Dutch Life, they're going to try and push on. Dutch Life needs to push further up the field to try and get back up into that into the podium, but he's got around 20 minutes to go. This could be very close as it is, but you know, you can just see exactly what's happening. Dutch Life trying to push up past Dan Stevens in the green car. Not too sure exactly what happened to Brian Ross though. That is, you know, it's a bit unfortunate to see exactly what happened with the likes of Euphoric State down in, of course, in 7th place at the moment. And it's going to be very close. Euphoric in 7th. Axel now trying to catch up to Euphoric in 8th place, the last of the classified finishes at the moment. But Kaiser, he's had a bit of a mare, because you look at the gap Luke's got, 7.7 of a second going into Redgate with 19 minutes to go in this race. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a bit difficult now to see exactly what's going to happen, because you know, the likes of, obviously we've got this battle between Dan Stevens and of course Dutch Life, and then we've got the battle between Euphoric and of course Axel towards the tail of the field. But it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, because I think Euphoric, he's now slightly now getting caught by the likes of Axel there. I think Axel wasn't really to blame with the incident with Brian Ross. I think it was just trying to get 3 cars into one wasn't going to go. I'm not too sure exactly what's happened to Brian Ross, because he's dropped out unfortunately with 18.5 minutes to go in the first race. And exactly as Kakatakos says, it is a great recovery, and the cars do snap very fast. I found that when obviously taking mine for a spin, and it was like very weird feeling when it snaps away from you. But Euphoric is trying to get very careful. Oh, he's gone wide at the old hairpin there. He's gone a bit wide, and it's obviously cost him now too much ground. But is that too much ground to count now to try and get back up towards you, Axel, for the 7th place, as Dan Stevens has got away from Dutch Life for the time being. But Luke, however, is about to cross the line again, but you can just see how close this is getting. You know, the gap, there's loads more gaps now. I think the likes of Dan Stevens and of course Dutch Life, it's the closest battle we've got at the moment. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a weird one, as Dan Stevens runs a bit wide out of Gollard's. But he's going to have to try and push on to try and get there. Dutch Life runs across the dirt on exit, but you know, I think he's going to try and push up towards Dan Stevens. We'll go on board with the Dutchman if we can, just to see. But it snapped away. I'll tell you what, that is unfortunate, and it's another case of snapping away as well. So that's now cost Dutch Life even more ground on Dan Stevens, so the gaps are slightly thereabouts. But I think the likes of course Euphoric down in 8th place at the moment, with the likes of Luke coming through the Melbourne hairpin. It seems to be thereabouts, but the gaps now have created more gaps. But is there really another? No, Kaiser's got caught. Kaiser's dropped down to 3rd. I didn't realise that. As Ventura goes up to 2nd, I think Kaiser's now suffering. You can just see how hot their brake discs are getting. It's going to be a very interesting second race, I'll tell you that, when it comes to it. But the likes of Kaiser 3rd at the moment. I think Ventura got past him, but you know, Comer's trying to catch up as well. So the red and white and the red and white Porsche there. We'll try and figure out a best camera angle. Yeah, we'll go on board with Comer as Kaiser runs wide out of Goddard's. I think it was nearly snapping away from him, nearly hit the pit wall as well. So, you know, just under 14 minutes to go in the opening race here at Donington Park for round number 4 of the championship. And as I say, it's a very depleted grid, but we're trying our best to give you the best actions, best as we can. We'll go on board with Commodore going down towards the trainer curves. Look how close this car flies. It's absolutely unreal into the old hairpin, and then said the wrong one. But you know, into the old hairpin he goes, trying to chase after Kaiser for that final spot on the podium. You can just see the mark posts there littered the track. It's absolutely unreal. But I'll tell you what's going to happen then. I think Comer's going to try and catch up to Kaiser, because I think Kaiser's got a bit of brake issues at the moment in that number 17 Porsche there, the blue and grey machine. It's going to be very careful to see exactly what's going to happen, but who knows exactly how things are going to go. I think Kaiser's going to try and catch up to Ventura. We're halfway through the race then, halfway through the first race already. Does not seem like it, but definitely well and truly into the halfway stage of the race then. We'd like to Dan Stevens now trying to catch up to these guys. What's going to go on? I think Ventura, he's still in 2nd place at the moment, with Kaiser still trying to push on, but Kaiser is literally fighting the living daylights out of this Porsche. I think he's trying to just nurse it. He's got 14.5 minutes to go. Luke, however, championship leader, look at this lead is absolutely unstoppable. He is going to be laughing because he's thinking, where is everyone else at? Is everyone else left me to get on with the race? I think he's also put a lap on Euphoric as well, so it's going to be very interesting as Comer gets it a bit crossed up going out of Red Gate. But I'll tell you what, in towards Hollywood, into the Craner curves then. Kaiser's trying ever so hard to get back up into the top 2, because he's lost a bit of ground from Ventura now. This is what he does not want, because he wants to try and push up. He wants Luke to try and make a mistake. Do not want to put the commentator's curse on Luke at all. The commentator's curse will not be striking tonight, I'll tell you that. But it looks like Comer's trying to push on, trying to get there about. He's trying to get onto the podium. You know, Comer's very established racer, normally races in Audis, but we normally see a very feisty approach from Adam, because he's, like I say, he's very established. As before it gets out of the way of these guys putting a lap on him, going very slowly down the back straight though. So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. Dan Stevens through guards, you can just see the car lifting slightly as he goes over the curb there, but he's going to be very careful then. Dutch Life in 6th then. He'll be kicking himself with that mistake out of Red Gate, with the likes of Axel in, of course, 7th, and of course Euphoric State 2 laps down now in 8th place at the moment. But Kaiser is trying to get back up towards Ventura. You can just see how close he's going to get towards that number 18 Porsche there, the WPI Motorsport Porsche there. He's going to try and push on. It's going to be very careful to see exactly what's going to happen. Not too sure how close it's going to get. Euphoric goes into pit lane. Has he had damage? I'm not too sure, but he's going to try and push on. You know, he's gone into pit lane, which suggests he's got damage, but you know, it's not going to be easy. But I think he's a lap down now. But you know, Ventura's trying to get away from Kaiser. Kaiser's slowly but surely now trying to catch back up. It is around 12 minutes to go in the first race here at Donington Park for the penultimate round of the Porsche Carrera Cup. brought to you by Thursday Night Racing League. And I'll tell you what, it is an absolute stellar job to be here, and I'm enjoying as much as I can. But you know, you can just see Ventura going through the foggy zest. He's trying to literally push on. He's trying to get there, and I think Kaiser's also trying to catch him up. I think there's almost a bit of contact between Ventura and Kaiser. Kaiser slides back past the Ventura for that second place. I think the move was nicely done. I don't think there was any damage roughly done to either car. I think it was just Ventura was very slow on exit and it just scraped a bit of paint. So, you know, fair play, absolute maximum overdrive. I think the likes of Euphoric, yes, he's gone off at Coppice. I think on entry towards Coppice, I beg your pardon, he's gone off there. I think he's always got enough. Has he got more damage, or is it just he's struggling at the moment? It seems he's struggling at the moment. Kaiser still into second, 11 minutes to go then in the first race of the evening. And as I say, Luke is absolutely on a mission. I think he's trying to, you know, he knows what he's doing, flashes the lights to warn that Euphoric needs to get out of the way very quickly. But I tell you what, it is getting very, yeah, I think he's just waiting for them to waiting for the guys in front to make a mistake. I think he's but you can just see how well he's getting. He's getting very close to these two though. That's what amazes me. You know, he's thereabouts. We'll see what Comer can do. It's going to be very close to see how it's going to go. 10 minutes, coming up to 10 minutes to go in this first and all important race of the evening. It seems that Ventura is yet again very slow out of the Melbourne hairpin. I think he's just obviously trying to take it easy, but maybe he's realised. But Euphoric is back in pit lane as Ventura tries to. He got a bit loose out of Goddard's there to try and push on, and he's trying to literally get thereabouts, but Comer's trying to get there. I think when I saw just on screen between Axel and of course Dutch Life also having a bit of a battle, that could be the closest one we get as well as Comer and as of course Ventura with Euphoric in pit lane. Now I think Euphoric's had a bit of another nightmare this time round, but with 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the opening race at Donington Park, up through towards McLean's, then is Comer going to try and get a move on Ventura, or is he going to have to try and push on? We'll try and see exactly what's going to happen, but it's thereabouts. I think Kaiser's going to be happy. He's got back up to second. 9 minutes left then of the opening race here at Donington Park. I am so tempted to do the second race myself, but I can't, and it's like, as much as I feel like it, but you know, but Ventura and of course Adam Postlethwaite trying to push on. I think Axel's also trying to catch up towards Dutch Life at the moment, so Mark's trying to get up there. It could be very interesting to see exactly how close these guys are going to go, but very quick to see. But Comer gets really past. Yeah, he literally is smelling blood on the water. I've never heard that saying, but I've heard it's like blood, sweat and tears. But I think he's shifting a lot of blood, sweat and tears trying to get past Ventura, which he does with ease. There's a yellow flag somewhere. I think we've got Dutch Life down in 7th. I think he's had a bit of an issue going out of Coppice, which has allowed Mark to get into 6th place then. So it's a bit of a lowly race at the moment. I think the likes of Ventura and Comer now are going to be literally going to be nose to tail now. I think Comer's going to try and push on, but you know, I think Euphoric gone out pit lane? Yes, he has, but he's going to be 2 laps down, which is a bit unfortunate for him. But you know, I think Comer's going to try and get away from Ventura, but Ventura's going to try and latch up to the back of him and try and say, not on your life, sunshine, we are going to be battling for this 3rd place. I think it's going to be blood, sweat and tears from both of them, but I tell you this, it is going to be very close to see exactly how close it's going to get. Let's see what is going to happen. Is Comer going to make it? You can just see that tyre bundle just to the left hand side, but Ventura has a good line out of out of the Foggy's S. He's there into the Melbourne hairpin. We go for the 14th time. Is he going to be able to get the overlap, or is Comer going to try and put the power down earlier to try and get away? But the battle for third at the moment is his final spot on the podium. Just under 7 minutes to go in this race then. This is absolutely close and personal between the likes of Comer and Ventura at the moment. This could be something we've never seen before for quite some time between the third and fourth at the moment. I know we've seen it previously, but this time round, 6.5 minutes to go, Luke is laughing because he's halfway round the back end of the circuit now. He's thereabouts, but the likes of Comer and Ventura's dropped a gap a bit from Comer at the moment. It's 1.1 of a second at the moment with 6 minutes left in the opening race. This is going to be pretty much an easy time for Comer to try and get onto the podium. You know, he seems to be thereabouts with the likes of Ventura trying to push on. Dan Stevens 5th, then Mark in 6th, Dutch Lodge 7th. Bit of a disappointment for the guy in 3rd place in the championship, with the likes of Euphoric around 2 laps down in the 117 Porsche at the moment. With, I think, Comer's going to try and push away from Ventura with 5 minutes and 39. But there is a track limit drive-through penalty though for Ventura. That is going to be a disaster. 5.5 minutes to go. He is going to have to take that as quick as he can. He is going to have to take it as quick as he can. He can't afford not to take it. I know it seems a bit daft, but he's got 3 laps to take it in. He's got two laps. I don't know if he's aware of it, but he's going to have to take it. 5 minutes to go, and I tell you what, it could well and truly disqualify him if he doesn't take it though. And we don't really want drivers to get disqualified as Kaiser goes off at the old hairpin. We're just going to see what Kaiser's doing. He goes off at the old hairpin, skating to get back on, so that allows Comer to get into second place. Then it's all kicking off with the last 4.5 minutes to go in this race, it seems. So that's allowed Comer up into second. Ventura with a drive-through penalty. I think Ventura will be taking his drive-through penalty this time round, hopefully. You know, with the likes of Dan Stevens in, I think he's now, is he now 4th, maybe 5th? He goes a bit wide out of Coppice there. He's actually still 5th at the moment. Mark in 6th, Dutch Life 7th. And Euphoric having a bit of a disaster out of McLean's there, I think. Yes, he is. Just looking on the map. But Luke's still leading the race then, with around 4 minutes left of this race. This is absolutely crazy stuff. What's Ventura going to do? Is he going to dive into pit lane? No, he's not. So he's got 1 lap to go before to take his drive-through penalty for track limits. Don't think he's aware of it. 3.5 minutes to go. This is absolutely, I hate to say this, but it's absolutely crucial that you take your penalties, because if you don't, you know, it'll be catastrophic events for you guys. But Comer, sorry, he's in second place at the moment. Luke is currently laughing his way around the circuit. He's probably thinking, where is everyone? Is everyone actually gone home and just left me to just win all night long? But you know, 3 minutes to go, then it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Comer is there in second, and Ventura coming up through Coppice now to try and chase after Comer, but he's got a drive-through penalty. If he doesn't take it this time round, he will be disqualified, and that is what we do not want to see, unfortunately. But you know, he's going thereabouts, but you know, he's probably thinking, well, it's probably been a bit unfair advantage. 2.5 minutes to go. Kaiser in 4th, then could be soon 3rd, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Dan Stevens 5th, Mark in 6th, Dutch Life 7th. Euphoric always had a bit of another issue on the exit of, trying to think where he is on the map. I think he's back back hopping, skipping and jumping the corner curves or the old hairpin there. I think that's what he's doing. Yeah, he's gone off at the old hairpin. But Ventura goes in for his drive-through penalty then. Rightly so, because if he didn't take it this time round, he would have been disqualified. So that's allowed Kaiser back up into straight away up into third, but Ventura is there. Whereabouts is he? He's coming out now, so his drive-through penalty has been cleared, and it will be pushing him down to fifth. It looks like he's also had a few battle scars though with that WPI Motorsport Porsche. It looks like trying to push on, but 1.5 minutes to go. Then Luke is going to go and start the final lap of the race, because I don't think he's going to get time to get another lap in this time round, but he will go onto the final lap. I'll tell you what, he will be laughing, because look at the gap. When we get the gap this time round from Comer, we'll see exactly what it is in a moment or two. Coming through Goddard's then to start the final lap. Is he going to be able? It says that Comer is a lap down. He's not a lap down though, but it is just the gap at the moment. With Dan Stevens now fourth, Ventura fifth. He'll be kicking himself. Axel currently on Mark sixth, with the likes of Dutch Life seventh. Euphoric getting out the way of Dutch Life in, of course, 8th place at the moment. But Luke is there then onto the last lap. He's going to be laughing all the way around now, thinking, thanks guys, thanks for an easy win. You know, it's going to be thereabouts, but fair play to Luke. Likes to flag victory as well, with the likes of Comer second, Kaiser in, of course, third at the moment, Dan Stevens fourth at the moment, Ventura fifth, Axel Mark, well, I'll either call him Axel or Mark, you know, in sixth. Dutch Life has gone off there. Gone off at and Euphoric's gone off as well. So Euphoric's having a bit of a nightmare yet again. I think they've both gone off at the exit of Swans Curve there. But Luke coming through the Melbourne hairpin for the final time then. He will be delighted. Try not to crash this. Don't crash now, mate. Don't crash. You know, but Luke is coming through Goddard's then for the final time. He is about to take a lights to flag victory, and he will be delighted with that. And I'll tell you what a stellar drive from Luke to get, obviously, the first victory of the season. He will be happy with that. He will be going from ear to ear. He will be laughing, thinking, where is everyone else at? Comer will be coming through the Melbourne hairpin to finish second. I'll tell you what, he's worked hard to get there. I'll tell you what, this is absolutely top class from Comer. He will be finishing second in race number 1. And I'll tell you what is race 2 going to bring? We do have another qualifying session, so it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. So Comer finishes onto the podium and he will be happy with that. Kaiser will be third after a few mistakes there and then. I'll tell you what, he's going to be very unfortunate to see what, well, he's not going to be unfortunate, but we'll see what happens for that. Dan Stevens in fourth then. Absolutely stellar drive for the green machine. He's going to be thereabouts with the likes of Ventura with that drive-through penalty. That must have hurt him, because he was on course for a podium, and I'll tell you what, fair play to him. But then you got Mark just coming through the Melbourne hairpin now to take 6th place with the likes of Dutch Life, and of course Euphoric 4 laps down for Euphoric in 8th place. No idea what happened to Brian Ross. I think he's had a bit of an issue, but I tell you what, it is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Just keeping an eye on the comments here. But yeah, the first race, I'll tell you what, despite whatever happened, I don't know what happened to Brian Ross, because he did not finish. And I'll tell you what, Luke is going to be laughing with that lights to flag victory there in, of course, first place. But we are going to be gearing up for the second qualifying session of the evening and for the second race. But I tell you what, is it tempting to do the second race? You know, is it tempting to jump on track and just say yes? I have no idea what happened, mate. I have no idea what happened between you and Brian. I think you tried to go 3 cars wide, mate. I'm not, you know, but I think what happened with Brian Ross, though, I think he I think because you tried to go 3 cars wide, mate. I think Dan Stevens was on one end and yourself were on the other end. But I wouldn't worry about it, mate. It happens. It's 3 into 1 won't go, mate. Is exactly how it is. Go race. I wish I could, mate. I wish I could. I wish I could. I wish Luke would let me race, but I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be that brilliant. I'll tell you that now. We'll see what happens. But if I race, there'll be no stream, though. That's the problem. That'll be the issue if I don't race. Well, if I commentate and then I don't race, then if I race, there won't be a stream, and you'll be just hearing me screaming because I will be fishtailing it. But yeah, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But hopefully it will be thereabouts. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. But we are getting ready for the second qualifying session of the evening. Hopper's first person perspective of lost the first challenge. That's never going to happen, mate. I've not raced on, I don't think I've raced on here before for quite some time, and I've definitely not raced for a long time. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But I think we're just gearing up. I think we're just waiting to see whether the likes of Brian's going to come back. I don't think he is. But don't know if you'd want to see a last to first challenge though. I'm trying to figure out who's out on track at the moment. Because I do hear a car out on track. I'm trying to see who it is, I think. Oh, it's just live. He's always out and about. I think he's just trying to get used to the car, I think. So I think we are going to get ready. I'm not too sure how long we're going to be, but so we're going to see exactly what's going to happen. Well, I think we're going to be good to go for the second qualifying session. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But you know, I would have got on track very quickly, but it's not fair, because if I ruin the championship protagonist, you know, I don't want to be like that. You know, I think it would be very unfair on me if I ruined people's racing as well as qualifying aspects. But you know, maybe, you never know, I may do the odd race if people did allow, if there was obviously room. But nevertheless, we are getting ready then for qualifying number 2, and it is just beginning to be thereabouts. But you know, very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But let's see if Luke's going to make it 2 from 2 pole positions. Then is he going to be able to? And I tell you what, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think Brian Ross isn't coming back out. I think the car's had a bit of an issue. I think it's had a bit of a misfire, so it's a bit unfortunate really for Brian Ross. But if it turns out it is the final round of the season, it's a bit unfortunate. He was very much a part of the season, but hopefully he's back next season. We'll see exactly what's going to happen then. Have we got, I think Dan Stevens just like sit out of pit lane for a while, but I think there was a lot of I'm not going to say a lot of argy-bargy in race 1. I think the cars were slippy, and it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen then. So we've got 13 minutes left of qualifying then of the second race of the evening. It should be a very interesting second race. The temperature is still exactly the same as it was for race number 1. The crowd are very much being in for a treat for the racing tonight, especially for me. I'll tell you what, for the first time I've not really felt like my voice has disappeared or had any croaky moments, but there's a car off on, I think that is Euphoric. I think, yes, he's gone off at Swans Curve there at the start of the old hairpin. I think he's not enjoying being here at Donington for the time being. He's kicking up a lot of dirt there, trying to get back on track out of Swans Curve for the number 117 machine. But it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think, you know, Luke's going to try and do back-to-back pole positions, which seems to be thereabouts. We'll see exactly how well he goes. Comma goes with a 131.3 at the moment, so Comma's trying to push on. I think he's going to be there to try and, you know, he impressed me in the first race to get up into second place, you know. However, Axel though, Mark up into second. Fair play at the moment. Fair play, what a good lap time. But Kaiser goes to 130.7, so it's dropped Comma and Axel down to, of course, second and third respectively, with the likes of Dutch Life fourth at the moment, with Luke yet to set a time. He's thereabouts. He goes back on to provisional pole position with 11 minutes remaining with a 130.636. So Luke's trying to push on. He's trying to literally extend that championship advantage, but I think he's going to try and see exactly what's going to happen. I think he's thereabouts. You know, he's done well to get that lights flag victory. I think he was laughing all the way round in race number 1 when he realised that half of the field would skew far back, and I think that's what really made him feel very impressive indeed. I think then you got Ventura versus like the likes of Dutch Life there in 6th, then followed by Euphoric, and of course Dan Stevens yet to set a lap time. But yes, we've got roughly around 10 minutes left of qualifying 2 of the 4th round of the championship here at Donington Park. And if you just joined the stream, guys and girls, you know, we never know, we may have some girls watching the stream. Just to put that out there, you're more than welcome to enjoy the stream. But if you're wondering who this is, it's the legendary Hoppers, the one and only, of course. And yes, it is a bit of an emotional time for me at the moment, because I might not be doing commentary much longer on a Thursday for the time being. Obviously, you know, I've been doing it for a while, but obviously I'm not too sure what my work commitments are as of after the 10th of March, so you know, it's very hard to plan ahead to say, yeah, I'll commit to commentary when, you know, I could be working till 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. So, you know, it could be a bit difficult, but nevertheless, it has been a roller coaster. It has been highs and lows of an adventure, you know, as Dan Stevens knocks that marker post. Be careful it does not take his eye out, but he is currently 8th fastest with 9 minutes to go then. But yeah, you know, it's been great. You know, I've loved every moment of commentating, and hopefully I'll be back one day. I'm not too sure when, but you never know. I will be back to give amazing commentary as per usual, and thank you to you guys tuning in during the stream every week. You know, it means a lot to me. Dutch Life up into 3rd then, knocks Comma down to 4th. Comma goes off at the start finish line. I think he's gone into pit lane. 8.5 minutes to go then in Q2. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. The crowd look very thrilled, I must admit, but let's see what Dutch Life is going to do. Kaiser's still there in 2nd place at the moment. Luke is now improved his time with 1:30.159. So this is exactly what Luke wants. He wants to get back-to-back pole positions. Wants to try and escape. 8 minutes left though, so you know it's going to be thereabouts. Let's see exactly how things go. I think Comma's just sat out for a minute. Dan Stevens up into 6th then. He was 6th, but he's pushed down to 7th as Mark goes to 6th. Euphoric goes up into 3rd, but he goes off at Redgate towards Hollywood. It's going rally crossing. He's been like, I'm not too sure whether the cars are very unbalanced or it's just the way things are for the track. I'm not too sure, but there's been a lot of, probably a bit of brake fade, should I say, as Dan Stevens goes off at Swans Curve, goes back into pit lane. I think it was a bit of a sizable shunt as well, as we just seen him parked off at Swans Curve. Yeah, but it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But 7 minutes left of this second qualifying session of the evening then. So it's Luke from Kaiser followed by Euphoric. So the top 3, however, I think it was the same for race 1. I'm not too sure whether it was or not. We'll just have a quick look for that. Yes, it was. It was still the same top 3 for what it was in qualifying 1 for the first race of the evening. But Luke's trying to push on. Dutch Life then in pit lane, 4th at the moment. Ventura 5th. 6.5 minutes remaining of the final qualifying session of the evening. However, with Comma 6th at the moment, because he sat in pit lane for too long, he's now down in 6th. Mark is there. Got to be very careful because Kaiser is coming round, but he's 7th for the moment. Dan Stevens still in pit lane at the moment, so it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think, you know, like I say, these Porsches, they can be a bit of tail happy. They can be a bit of a slithery snake / worm when they slide out the corner. You know, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. 6 minutes, well, just under 6 minutes to go then. This could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But Luke is doing a stellar job then, trying to make a 2 pole position, two from 2 pole positions for this evening for the Welshman. 5.5 minutes to go though till qualifying does end, so it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But just seeing exactly how close things get for these guys. Like I say, there's going to be only 8 cars now for race number 2, which is a bit unfortunate for the depleted grid for this evening, but you know, it's going to be hopefully thereabouts. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. But Luke is trying to push on then. Is he going to? Oh, he's got a 129.7 at the moment. It could be thereabouts. We'll see how close it's going to get, but you know, I think he's going to try and push on. I think he's going for another setup. I think he's no idea what the setups are, because they don't, unfortunately it doesn't show what the setups are, which would have been a really good easy indication. But Euphoric, excuse me, Euphoric down in 3rd then at the moment. So the top 3 in qualifying was exactly the top 3 as it is. The top 3 in race 1 qualifying is exactly the top 3 in qualifying 2 at the moment, but that could all change with the likes of, I do apologise, trying to go on the driver's profile instead, so I do apologise for that briefly. But 4 minutes left then, so with Euphoric trying to push on to try and get further up the table, the likes of Kaiser and of course Luke are currently sat in pit lane trying to literally push on for more times there. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. I think the likes of Euphoric, Comma and of course Dutch Life, so Comma back up into 4th then. 3.5 minutes to go in Q2 then. Let's see what's going to happen. The likes of Ventura in of course 6th, Mark in 7th at the moment, Dan Stevens still in pit lane. I think the green machine's got a bit of, he's just sat there for the time being just so we know exactly what's going to happen. But Euphoric State then coming through Coppice for the for 3 minutes to go in qualifying. Could be thereabouts, we'll see exactly what's going to happen, but you know, it's going to be very close. 3 minutes left, as we can just hear a plane going over the circuit at the moment. The likes of Comma trying to push on. He's going to try and get further up the grid. He's 4th at the moment, but you can just see the likes of Luke, Kaiser and of course Dan Stevens in pit lane. 2.5 minutes. I think Luke knows that pole position may be unstoppable, it may be untouchable, but we shall see. But I think the likes of Euphoric and of course Comma are going to be thereabouts. I think they're going to try and push on for what could be a very close battle, but Euphoric is there in 3rd, Comma 4th, Dutch Life in 5th, Ventura 6th, Mark in 7th at the moment, with the likes of Dan Stevens still in pit lane as well as Kaiser and Luke. 2 minutes to go though. Is Luke going to go out for 2 minutes or is he going to try and push on? I think Euphoric's gone off at the old hairpin again. Yes, he has. I think he's not liking it at the moment, but he's made a bit of an error there, so that's going to hamper his time. With the likes of Comma coming through the Melbourne hairpin to go on to another lap, but this could be very interesting because with Euphoric going off at the old hairpin, which I think it's going to be very close to see exactly how that's going to be thereabouts. I think Mark's gone off towards Coppice there, so we'll see what happens. Comma, that's crossed the line. He still stays 4th though, I think. Yes, he does. He still stays 4th at the moment in the 53 Porsche. So it's going to be very close to see exactly what happens with a minute to go. Euphoric still stays out though after that bit of an issue. That's the old hairpin, so he's still 3rd at the moment. I think Luke's now thinking that qualifying lap time is now safe. Kaiser hasn't gone out either. So that's going to be very interesting to see the top 2 in the championship try to push on. They're obviously going to think, well, it's going to be safe, we might as well just stay in pit lane. We've got 35 seconds, so if they did go out now it probably wouldn't be worth it, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So Euphoric's still there in 3rd then. Comma coming through the back end of the circuit towards the Foggies S's, I think, trying to see who's gone off at turn 1. Yes, I think Mark's gone off at turn 1, but where is Comma? Comma is going through Melbourne hairpin. 6 seconds remaining, so I think Luke's got a back-to-back pole position, so very close to see exactly what's going to happen, unless Comma, oh, he's run a bit wide out of Melbourne to try and go into Goddards for the final time. Oh, he's got a bit loose there. Is he going to be able to get, oh, he's not, he still stays 4th, so very interesting lap time. What's Euphoric going to do? I think the likes of everyone else bar Axel and of course Euphoric's still out on track, but I think, oh, Euphoric's gone off at the Foggies S's, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen. I think it's going to be very close, but looking at the times then, Luke's obviously realised, you know, back-to-back pole positions for tonight. So it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. So it could be very close in race number 2. Not too sure exactly what's going to happen, but I think we're just going to wait for Mark to... I've done it again, I do apologise, pressing the wrong button. But it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think Mark's off at Redgate, so he's going to have to return to pit lane, I think, which he has done. So it's going to be very close then. I think everyone else is back out of not out on track, so we'll see exactly how close it's going to get. But just looking exactly what's happening. So the top 3, however, were the same as race number 1. You were waving to the fans. Fair play, mate, fair play. That's one way to do it, mate, that's one way to do it. And I'll tell you what, 7th on the grid is good, mate, you know. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But hopefully we are good to hopefully we'll be good to go very soon. So yes, it is going to be the all-important final race of the evening then. Another 30-minute encounter. It should be thereabouts. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But is Luke going to make it back-to-back race wins, or is he going to be pushed all the way this time round by the likes of Kaiser and Euphoric? I think, you know, at the moment, just to put this out here, you know, whatever happens, you know, in this race, it is going to be an absolute amazing one. I can't wait to see how close it's going to get. I think, you know, just looking at exactly... Excuse me for yawn, but looking at exactly what's going to happen, you know, it's almost nose to tail. You know, you've got the likes of Luke via Kaiser via Euphoric, and then obviously Comma of you know, it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. But you know, looking exactly with the 8 cars that are left on the grid tonight, you know, even though with the depleted grid, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. So it's obviously Luke via Kaiser, then you've got Euphoric, Comma, Dutch Life, Ventura, then of course Dan Stevens, and then of course Mark rounding up the field. Well, it's Mark then Dan, I do apologise, it's the other way round. But yeah, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen for race number 2. You can just see what Luke's thinking. Let's see what he's doing. I think we're not going to get any onboard radio, but I think the team are telling him, saying take it steady, let's have a repeat of race number 1. But I think they're going to be pushing on quite a bit to see how close it's going to get. I think 45 seconds till we get the green light. It is going to be very close. I can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen. I think between now and the green light, it's going to be very careful between these guys. I think Luke's trying to think, what have I got to do to take another back-to-back victory tonight? I think he's going to be happy with that now, because, you know, having the championship lead, it could be very careful to see what's going to happen. 10 seconds then till everyone gets to go around for the green light. It is not a full formation lap, because obviously with the circuit being a bit long, but we are ready to go then for the last race of the evening. It could be the last race of the season as well. Not too sure exactly how it's going to be panned out, but if it is the last race of the season, may the best man win. It is going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen, but obviously it is going to be quite an interesting race as Luke tries to get that gap. He's trying to straight away get that gap from the likes of Kaiser and Euphoric. Don't want any shenanigans into Redgate, but we are good to go. Dan Stevens drops to the tail of the field. No, it's not. I do apologise. It's Dutch Life that's dropped to the tail of the field, and we are good to go for the final race here at Donington Park of the evening. Who's going to get into the race lead? Going into Redgate, it looks like Kaiser's got there very slowly, but Luke is also on the attack. You can just see straight away that is exactly what Luke does not need. Comet and of course Euphoric almost there. I think Dan Stevens was also making a stellar move down towards the Craner curves as he tries to get alongside Mark there into the old hairpin with the likes of Dutch Life dropped to the tail of the field. No idea how he did, but the marker, you can just see the marker post is straight away gone. They're like spears going across the track. It's like unreal. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be very careful. Let's see what's going to happen as Kaiser tries to get away from Luke this time round, but Luke's going to try and push on. But Euphoric is also there at the moment with the likes of Comer and Ventura 4th and 5th, with Dan Stevens running extremely wide out of coppice there for the first time. It's going to be very careful. We'll see what's going to happen between himself as well as the marker posts and the tyre bundle literally go flying out of the Foggy's S's for the first time. But you can just see Dan Stevens trying to get a move on to Mark into the Melbourne hairpin with also Dutch Life there. The cars are actually almost now, all 8 cars now are running nose to tail. It probably will settle down quite a bit, but Luke is trying to get back into the front of the lead of the race. We'll go on board with him going across the line then to start lap number 2 then it seems to be thereabouts. But this could be very careful to see exactly how close he's going to get. He's trying to catch up towards Kaiser for that first place there, but it seems there's a lot of interest because Dan Stevens is trying to still get past Mark with Ventura and Comer trying to push on. Euphoric State, however, don't want to put commentator's curse on him, but he is currently 3rd at the moment, doing a stellar job this time round in race number 2 than he was in race number 1. I think too many mistakes in race number 1 was costing him a bit of ground, but nevertheless he will be thereabouts. Comet is still there in 4th then with the likes of Dan Stevens. He's had a bit of an issue, battle scarred there on the 84 machine. I think he's run wide or he's had a bit of contact with a few people, but I think Dutch Life is now back up into 7th, yeah, with Ventura trying to get onto the back of Comet into the Foggy's S's for the second time. This could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, but you can just see how close it's getting. What's happening for the race lead, however, is Kaiser's trying to get that gap away from Luke. I think Luke's now going to have to try and push on. He's trying, if he wants to make it 2 from 2 tonight, he is literally going to have to push there to try and get past Kaiser for that race lead. But you know, we're on to lap number 3 already. It seems to be very close as we think about it, but I'll tell you what, Comet is there in 4th place at the moment, trying to push away from Ventura to try and get back in, trying to get into the top 3 like he did in race number 1, but Ventura is there. Mark in 6th and Dutch Life trying to push on in 7th with Dan Stevens in 8th place at the moment, so the gaps are roughly thereabouts. But what is going to happen is Luke going to be able to catch up to Kaiser, or is Kaiser going to run away and try and get a race win this time round? But you know, you can just see how close it's going to get between the likes of Euphoric, Comer, Ventura. Dutch Life is still 7th at the moment. He's just there, the white and gold machine, the 71, trying to push up towards Mark in the 137 machine, but we'll see exactly what's happened. Dan Stevens is 8th at the moment in his last place at the moment, but you know, it seems that there's a lot of not a lot of gaps, but you know, it seems a very interesting train of cars between Kaiser, Luke, Euphoric, Comer, and of course Ventura. The tyre bundle seems to have disappeared now. Not too sure where it's gone, whether it's gone on the edge of the circuit or it's offline, but Could be very interesting as Ventura locks up a break into the Melbourne hairpin and goes straight off. So he's lost out to Mark there. Mark's currently in 5th place with the likes of Ventura right behind him, as well as Dutch Life. These three could be nose to tail going across the start finish line, but Ventura and of course Dutch Life trying to push on Dan Stevens at the tail of the field. You can just see the green car there as Dutch Life tries to make a move on Ventura into Redgate for the 4th time. This could be very close. We'll see what's going to happen. 25 minutes to go in the final race of the evening. This is exactly going to be very close. I think Mark's going to be trying to push away from these two now with the likes of Ventura and of course Dutch Life trying to push further up. They're going to try and get there, but what's Luke doing? He's around about 1.4 of a second from Kaiser at the moment. He's got to try and push on. I think he's obviously knows that he won race 1, but nevertheless he's got to try and push thereabouts. Is he going to be able to do it with 24.5 minutes to go? This is absolutely going to be unstoppable between these guys. Let's see exactly how close it's going to get. I think, you know, Mark's going to try and push away from Ventura, but he's got thereabouts with Dutch Life trying to push on to get into 6th place. It seems you can just see the tyre bundle is actually off the circuit, so it's not going to hamper them this time round. But you know, Dutch Life 7th at the moment with the likes of Dan Stevens trying to catch these guys up. 24 minutes to go then in the final race of the evening. It could be very close with the likes of Luke trying to push on, but Euphoric State is currently under pressure from Comma. Comma's trying to push on for the 3rd spot off the podium. We'll go on board with Comma as we go across the line to start lap number 5 then. This could be very closely between these guys. I think it's going to be quite close and personal as Euphoric gets a bit crossed up out of Redgate down towards Hollywood in towards the Crane of Curves. This could be very close as it gets. It's like a roller coaster here with going into the old hairpin. Is it going to be very close for the likes of Euphoric? He doesn't go wide this time round, but up into Swanston towards McLean's. This could be a very easily and interesting move if Comma gets it done into McLean's. You can just see how slidey that Euphoric State's car gets on exit, trying to go into Coppice. He's got to be very careful he doesn't go rally crossing, because that's not what he wants to do, but he's trying to get away from Comma. But you know, fair play. It's going to be very interesting because Axel's trying to catch up as well, and Dutch Life is also trying to catch up to Ventura. As we speak of it, let's see what's going to happen. Is Euphoric literally trying to hop, skip and jump the curbs out of the foggy zesties there. It's going to be very interesting to see exactly what goes on into the Melbourne hairpin between the likes of Euphoric and of course Comma. We'll go back on board with Comma to see exactly what's going to happen. This is absolutely tail stuff. Into Gollards we go then to complete another lap. This is absolutely tooth and nail in the final race of the evening. Probably most likely might be the final race of the season as well. I'm not too sure, but you know, so far with 22 minutes to go, Comma is on course to try and get back onto the podium yet again, like he did in race number 1. He must have been happy getting that podium place in race 1, but he's got Euphoric trying to chase down. You can just see Luke there. I think Kaiser's managed to get away with great ease from Luke at the moment, but Comma is trying to get up to Euphoric. Let's see what's happening with the likes of Axel. Is up, well, Mark's up into 4th now, so he's thereabouts trying to push on. He's in 5th, I beg your pardon. He's not 4th, he's 5th, with the likes of Ventura in 6th, then with Dutch Life still 7th. Dan Stevens still in 8th place at the moment. Borrell Dan's trying to catch up, but Luke's there in 2nd with Euphoric. Oh, Comma's got past Euphoric to 3rd. Didn't see that because we're going through the field, but you know, fair play to Comma. He's onto the podium yet again in that race number 2. But I tell you what, this could be a very good, interesting night for Comma. He's going to be thereabouts. I think Luke's also trying to now catch slightly up to Kaiser. Gap's coming down very slightly, but I tell you what, it is going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. I think the likes of Euphoric's trying to get up to Comma as well. So the top 4 in the race are almost having battles as well. But I think it's actually now the top 7, because bear in mind Mark's there in 5th at the moment trying to push on. I think Dutch Life is trying to make a move on Ventura into Redgate. Can't do it there. He gets, he slides out of Redgate. 20.5 minutes to go in the final race of the evening. It's going to be thereabouts. To tell you what, Dan Stevens is going to be pushing on for his 8th place at the moment, but I'll tell you what, Kaiser is almost under pressure from Luke. Excuse me. With Comma 3rd, Euphoric in 4th. At the moment, this is a bit of a weird race at the moment because, you know, the top 2, 3rd and 4th, are also having a bit of a battle. Ventura, excuse me. Ventura is 6th. Has that gap from Dutch Life at the moment. But Luke is forever trying to catch up to Kaiser now. This could be very close. We'll go on board with Luke going out the Melbourne hairpin. Let's see exactly what's going to happen. This could be very close to see how close for comfort it is getting. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen between the likes of Kaiser and of course Luke. Luke gets a bit slow out of Goddard's. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen between the likes of Kaiser and Luke. Luke's trying to push on. He's trying to make it 2 wins from 2. Comet is still there. Euphoric is still 4th at the moment. So, you know, fair play. Comet is on to... we'll see exactly what's going to happen with the likes of Euphoric and Comet at the moment, with around coming up to 18.5 minutes nearly, but Ventura is there. I think Dutch Life is catching up slightly but surely. Dan Stevens still there, but Luke is now brought the gap down to 0.6. I don't know whether that's the accurate gap, but we shall see, because he is literally pushing on for dear life to literally get past Kaiser to make it 2 wins from 2 into the Foggy Zesties then for the 8th time. It seems to be thereabouts. I know it says lap 7, but I think it is actually lap 8. I'm not too sure exactly if it is 100% lap 7, but you can just see Luke getting a bit on the brakes into the Melbourne hairpin as Kaiser gets a bit loose out of there. Into Goddard's we go then. It's going to be very close to see what Luke is going to do. Is he going to be able to get the move done before Redgate, or is he going to be able to get it done thereabouts? It's going to be very interesting because Kaiser's lap times are thereabouts, but Luke's done a 129.886 as he goes into Redgate. We'll see exactly what Kaiser's done lap time wise as well, just to get that out there. He's done a 129.8 to 129.829, so it could be that Kaiser's got the fastest lap, but Luke's forever getting very close. I think there's been a battle changed thereabouts. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, but I'll tell you what, this is exactly what's happened. But I think there's been a change between the likes of Ventura. Oh, Euphoric's dropped down. I do apologise, we're on board there, but we'll try and push on. But Euphoric's dropped down to 7th place at the moment, so that's allowed Mark up into 4th. Comma still 3rd, Ventura 5th now, with the likes of Dutch Life and Euphoric and Dan Stevens 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. But Luke is getting very close to the back of Kaiser there out of Melbourne hairpin. This could be Luke trying to push on. 16.5 minutes to go then in this race, so we're nearly halfway of the race then, halfway point of race number 2. It could be the final round of the season as well, just to put that out there. But I'll tell you what, guys, what is going to happen, because I think Luke is trying to push on for another victory. He got pole position in, of course, race number 1, pole position yet again for race number 2. This is going to be absolute stellar. Down in towards the Craner curves we go then, still on board with Luke. We'll see what's going on further back just for a moment or two, but Comma is there in 3rd then. Mark in 4th. He's doing a stellar job this time round. I'll tell you what, fair play to him, with the likes of Ventura and of course Dutch Life trying to push each other. But there has been a drive-through penalty for Euphoric for track limits. That is not going to be very impressed. He's gone off at the exit of Redgate there. He's dropped some ground as well, so whether he's had a bit of damage, it's not yet to be seen. But oh, he's had too much damage there. So 7 runners left with half an hour to go. But I tell you what, Luke is forever trying to get alongside Kaiser to try and make it 2 wins from 2. So we're halfway through the race then, almost. This is going to get very close between Kaiser and Luke. I'll tell you what is going to happen. And I'll tell you this, it is going to be very close between the likes of Luke and of course Kaiser. So we're halfway through the race then, halfway through, 15 minutes to go. This is going to be close. Luke's trying to catch up as best as he can. And I'll tell you what, it's a bit unfortunate that Euphoric's dropped out, because that would have been so much heftily involved in a battle. But he had a drive-through penalty for track limits, and I'll tell you what, 7 runners left then. It's a bit unfortunate, but we'll have to make deal with what we've got. 14.5 minutes to go. This is going to be close between the likes of Kaiser and of course Luke. Luke's trying to push on, but looking exactly what's going to happen. The Welshman trying to take back-to-back wins as well as back-to-back pole positions tonight. He is absolutely being unstoppable. He's literally going to be very happy to see exactly what's going to happen. Is he going to push Kaiser into a mistake? Kaiser looks like he's run a bit wide out of coppice there. That's going to give Luke a good run down the Dunlop straight. He actually gets that move almost done towards the Foggy's Essex. We'll throw the helicam up to see exactly how he's got it done. He has got it. The championship leader gets into the lead of the race then, but Kaiser is that close. But Luke makes a mistake out of the Foggy's Essex. I spoke too soon. This is, oh no, put the commentator's curse on them both nearly. So Luke's hard work to get into the lead of the race is now dropped, with Comet in 3rd, with Mark in 4th, Ventura 5th, Dutch Life's 6th at the moment. He's not doing as well as he thought he'd do. Dan Stevens there still in, of course, 7th place, the last finisher. But Luke is going to have to try and push on. He is literally going to have to be thereabouts now. He can't afford any silly more mistakes. It is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen to try and push it on. 13 minutes to go. This is absolutely unreal between these guys. I'll tell you what, Luke is going to be kicking himself. He runs a bit wide out the old hairpin. 13 minutes left at the final race of the evening. Could be also the final race of the season. But I'll tell you what, it is absolutely unreal at the moment. Luke's trying to push on. If you just joined as well, Luke won race 1 from a stellar lights to flag victory. You know, he's trying to push Kaiser all the way now. I think Kaiser's literally knowing exactly what's going to happen. But I think Dan Stevens has now got past Dutch Life. Yes, he has, for 6th place. So, you know, seven runners at the moment. It's not really the best. But, you know, Luke's still there in 2nd at the moment, trying to catch back up to Kaiser. He's trying to get that work he did a lap ago to try and push on. He's going to be thereabouts, but you know, 12 minutes to go with Comma 3rd. Comma's on the podium. He's been on the podium in race number, Dutch Life is also off. He's off at the exit of McLean's there by the looks of it. It's a bit unfortunate. Not too sure exactly what's happened there, because it's now 6 runners. I'll tell you what, it's a bit unfortunate. I hate to say this, but you know, if you're not gonna, it's a bit unfortunate, and you know, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, because I know it's, you know, it's the last race of the evening, but 11.5 minutes to go, and it's only 6 runners now. I don't really know what to do. I'm in that predicament, but you know, I don't really want to stop the stream and then realise, you know, Luke's going to try and get past Kaiser. So, you know, I'm just going to crack on as per usual. But it's a bit unfortunate that, you know, we've lost 3 drivers in this race, which, no, it's not 3 drivers, I beg your pardon, it's 2 drivers. No, yeah, it's 2 drivers, because we had 8 to start with. But Luke's back on the attack. Luke is back on the attack. This is why I can't stop the stream, because Luke and Kaiser, oh, a bit of contact between the pair of them into the Foggy's Essex. The championship protagonists both take each other. Oh my days. That really actually ended in tears. excuse me. But I tell you what, Luke is going to try and push on. I think he's not going to be happy with Kaiser. I think he's going to waggle the finger and say, that was naughty. But nevertheless, Luke is not going to give up. I think the top two in the championship are trying to push on. You know, it's going to be there about 10, just under 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. This is going to be absolutely tooth and nail for the race win. I think, you know, it's going to be thereabouts with the likes of Comma in, of course, fourth at the moment, with the likes of Mark in fourth. Mark's done a stellar job to get up into fourth. Ventura in, of course, fifth place at the moment, with the likes of Dan Stevens in sixth at the moment. But what is happening for the race lead? Is the race lead going to be another twist and turn? Because that was a bit, you know, I don't know exactly how to put this, but I couldn't not to give up now. You know, it's an interesting battle for the race lead. But Luke is thereabouts. You know, it seems that we're on to 9.5 minutes almost to go, and this is absolutely unstoppable. Kaiser gets a bit crossed up out of Coppice, but I tell you what, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to go on between these two. I think, you know, Kaiser knows that Luke is trying to push on. You can see where Luke went off a lap ago because of the cone and obviously the marker board, the polystyrene marker board, into pieces. It's almost like he took a knife to it and sliced it down the middle. But, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But it is going to be very close to see what's going to happen, because, you know, Luke is trying to push on to Kaiser with around 9 minutes left of the last race of the evening. And if it is the last race of the season, it has been a very interesting season. You know, we did have obviously quite more drivers than this, but it now looks like we are down to 6 drivers of the evening. Yes, still 6 drivers with 8.5 minutes to go. It's a bit unfortunate, you know. This is the lowest number I've ever seen. And I don't want to put the commentator's curse on or say bad things, but, you know, it's a bit unfortunate that it's had to be like this. You know, it kind of, in a way, it's kind of it's very disappointing, but it's also very frustrating, because, you know, trying to put a stream on when people are spread out and the race leaders are battling, but that's fair enough. But, you know, I'm trying my best out here as Luke tries to get faster and faster to try and catch up to Kaiser. You can just see that number 11 Porsche, the green, white and blue machine, trying to get up to Kaiser. Kaiser knows the top two as a plane comes into land. I do apologise, you know, but it's going to be very close to see what happens with 7.5 minutes to go. This could be Luke trying to push. He's trying to extend that championship advantage. What's happening further back? Comet is still there. It, of course, third. Mark still in fourth. Fair play to him. Ventura is there. Dan Stevens in sixth place, the last of the classified finishers. You know, it seems to be thereabouts with the likes of Luke trying to push on for quite some time. But if you're new to the stream, guys, please give us a massive thumbs up. I know the numbers are a bit low, but 7 minutes to go then in this final race of the evening. I'll tell you what, it is getting a bit emotional now, because, yeah, we're definitely going to have a close battle to the end, mate. We're going to have a close battle for the race lead, I'll tell you that, for next and out. I just, you know, I do apologise for a bit of a rant, but, you know, with 6 finishes, it doesn't look good, and it's, you know, it seems that, you know, okay, people have struggled, but they carried on. It's still a long way to go in the race, but you can just see Luke trying to push up towards Kaiser. Kaiser knows what Luke's going to be like, because Luke tried to push him. Luke pushed him to get into, well, not pushed him literally, but pushed to get into the race lead. Pushed all that way to get into the race lead, and he tried to do it again, but then Kaiser, they both had a bit of contact. But I'll tell you what, Kaiser is trying to push on. Luke's trying to position that number 11 car versus the 17. There are about 6 minutes to go in the final race of the evening. This is going to be going down to the wire. This is exactly what I'm going to miss when I don't commentate on a Thursday night. You know, it's going to be very close, but just seeing exactly what Luke's going to do. Is he going to be able to get past Kaiser, you know, 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the final race of the evening. Could be, as I know I'm repeating, but it could be the final race of the season as well, because it depends on when this update comes out for Assetto Corsa Competizione. But I tell you what, these guys have been absolutely top class, and I'm so proud of these guys giving us interesting battles week in and week out, and it has been an absolute privilege. But I tell you what, it is going to be very carefully between the likes of Kaiser and of course Luke. Is Luke going to be able to get past Kaiser for that first place before the end? 5 minutes left, just under. This is going to be very close between the likes of Kaiser and of course Luke at the moment. Comma still in third at the moment, Mark in fourth, Ventura in fifth, then followed by Dan Stevens in sixth place. But I tell you what, the only battle really we've got though is the battle for the race lead, and I tell you what, it is 4.5 minutes to go. This could be very close, because I think Luke knows that Kaiser is now suffering slightly, but I tell you this, it is getting there, and I tell you this, it is going to be very close going down to the going down towards Redgate for the 18th time, I believe, with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. This could be very close as Kaiser tries to push on. Oh, he gets a bit loose. Oh, Luke gets past him. What a move, because Kaiser gets a bit loose, squirms like a worm. That rhymed then as well. But you know, he's got thereabouts, but Kaiser knows he's got to try and get back into race lead. But Luke gets there with just under 4 minutes to go. But Kaiser's, I think he's got brake issues again. You know, I think, look at them brake discs. They are glowing extremely hot on these Porsches. Just shows exactly what's happening. Kaiser gets a squirm out of McLean's there. He's going to try and push on, but I tell you what, 3.5 minutes to go. This could be nail biting. This is exactly how things go, but I tell you this, it is getting very close to see what is going to happen between the likes of Luke and of course Kaiser going into the Foggy Zesties for what could be a stellar end towards race number 2. But I'll tell you what, Kaiser, despite Kaiser having that slide, he's caught back up to Luke very quickly in great succession with 3 minutes to go. This is going to be the closest 3 minutes you've ever seen. This is exactly how much these guys put on a show, you know. It is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen between Kaiser and Luke. I think Luke's going to be thereabouts. But, you know, is Kaiser going to try and make one last move? 2.5 minutes to go, nearly 2.5 minutes. It's going to be, oh, it's going to be hot in the mouth moment for 2.5 minutes. Is Luke going to hold on to get another victory, or is Kaiser going to push him all the way and make him into a mistake? Into the old hairpin we go then with 2 minutes 20 on the clock. This is going to be absolutely unstoppable. What is going to happen? Is Kaiser going to make the move on Luke, or is Luke going to push away? This is absolutely unstoppable. Into McLean's then. You can just see Luke trying to get out of McLean's as quick as he can to get away from Kaiser. But I tell you what, going through to Coppice, this could be thereabouts. But this is where Luke knows exactly what's going to happen, because Kaiser needs to push on to get that back into that race lead. You can just see how much it really means to them. It is going to be very close, because Kaiser's getting close into the Foggy Zesties. But I'll tell you what, Luke is thereabouts. Go on board with Kaiser then, trying to jump towards Luke into Melbourne Hairpin. Luke runs a bit wide. Luke has run, oh, he's run wide. Had a bit of a touch again, trading paint. These two yet again. I tell you what, this is going to be quite interesting, because Kaiser gets the race lead. Luke runs really wide out of Goddard's, almost onto the grass, onto the final lap of the race then. This is going to be the final race of the evening. It could be the final race of the season. This is going to go right down to the wire. This is going to go right down to the last lap. This is going to be unstoppable. What is going to happen? Is Kaiser going to get that victory, or is Luke going to catch him? This is close as you like between the pair of them. Going through the crane curves in towards the old hairpin then. Who is going to be the last to break, or who is going to be the bravest? Luke is there. You can see how much it means to him. He is almost nose to tail up through Swan's Curve up towards McLean's. This is going to be close. 40 seconds left on the clock. Luke knows time's running out. This is going to be thereabouts. My voice is literally now going to be disappearing. I think I'm going to have to catch an airplane out of here. But, you know, it's going to be into Coppice. This is going to be close as you like. Down the Dunlop straight for the final time. This is going to be absolutely close. Kaiser is going to be pushing all the way to try and get to that first victory of the evening. He had it cruelly robbed away from him in race 1 because Luke had a lights to flag victory. But I'll tell you what, Luke is going to... Look how close he's getting. He is getting it close into the Melbourne hairpin. Is it going to be Kaiser or is it going to be Luke? Kaiser runs... Is he run wide? He hasn't run wide, but Luke is going to try and go onto that attack. Down towards Gollards for the final time then. Is Luke going to be able to get a nose in front? No, he isn't. Or is he going to try and get the overlap because Kaiser runs a bit wide? Is he going to be able to make it 2 from 2? Oh my goodness, they both collide! Oh my days! They both collide across the line! Oh my goodness. No way! Kaiser finishes second though, Comma in third, followed by Mark in fourth, Ventura fifth, Dan Stevens in sixth. Oh my! I think my voice is well and truly gone, but I tell you what, I think Luke's going to try and do some donuts. And I tell you what, fair play. That was an absolute insane moment of racing. I've never seen a final battle duel like that. But I tell you what, fair play to Luke. I think he's going to be happy with that. I think it is going to be probably the final round of the season. Axel ran out of fuel on the line, but fair play, mate. You've still finished fourth. Well done. But I tell you what, guys, what a finish. I think I'm going to have to screen record that. I think that has been one of my most insane commentaries to date. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Oh my goodness. I thought I'll finish with a crash. Quite literally, I think they were saving it for the cameras, I think. Oh, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. You know, I am absolutely gutted I'm not going to be around much. Who knows exactly what's going to happen. I didn't predict this at the start of the night. I really didn't. But I tell you what, that is going to go down in Thursday Night Racing League folklore. And I tell you what, I think Kaiser's apologetic to Luke. Do you know what? Fair play though. But you know, I am going to miss these. I'm going to miss you guys. I really am. Okay. But you know, whatever happens, if I do get to come back, I will come back and I will be giving you guys the best commentary as well. It has been an absolute blast. But guys, thank you so much for allowing me to commentate, especially on races like this. I need to get on an airplane and go on holiday. But no guys, in all seriousness, whatever happens with the league, whether it's the last race of the season, it has been an absolute mega. I'll be keeping in touch, mate. You know, I will be literally keeping in touch, seeing how you guys get on. You know, I'm wanting to hear how you guys go. You know, because it has been absolutely mega. I can't wait to see what happens. But if it was the final race of the evening, thank you so much, and the final race of the season, thank you so much, guys, for your time and your comments. It means so much to me hearing that you guys have really enjoyed my commentary. Until whenever, guys, I've been Hoppers for Thursday Night Racing League. Take care, enjoy yourselves. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I'll see you guys at some point and I'll catch you up. But yes, it has been an absolute stellar. It's been an adventure. Until then, guys, take care. Ta-ra.